guys, I'm Tabetha McNeal, and you're watching The Next Up, an actor's journey to success. And I am here with my really good friend, Byron Freeman. I mean, if you guys haven't heard of this man, he is amazing. So, Byron, tell us about your amazing self.
Hi y'all, what's going on everybody? I'm Byron Freeman. I am a singer and actor and dancer from East Orange, New Jersey, born and raised. I still live here and I love it here. And I have been performing since I was 4 years old. Literally since then, never did anything else and been in performing arts school all my life up until now. I'm a grown man and I'm pursuing my music career now, and I'm a dance fitness instructor in New York City, and of course not right now because of everything going on, but I'm also teaching online classes through Zoom and Patreon, and I just like to spread love and be lit because that's
Yeah.
life, and that's really what I do. Like, once I say that list, I just let people know, like, I'm just trying to be out here waking up every day, being
Yes.
lit
Yeah.
and loving and understanding and just that part, and
hmm
then the singing and dancing and everything else hopefully is driven through and by and for that. So
Yeah, that is so awesome. One of the first questions I wanted to ask you was, when did this acting bug kind of hit you? You started so young, and so it's kind of like, wow, when it was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
okay, wow, so I'll walk you through the journey. I started
Yes.
off as a dancer when I was 4 years old, and it started with me watching the television and learning the routines. And I didn't know that I was doing it, but my brother saw that I was like watching like Hip Hop Harry and then certain award shows when we were younger from the 90s or the early 2000s, and would like be like, "Mom, he's like doing the moves."
hmm
And from there, I got into dance school. And then after that, I started singing. And, when I realized that those things were acting,
Yeah.
I decided, like, oh, like, this is like fun. Like, and I did like my first musical when I was in middle school, and then like fell in love with theater and
Yeah.
like being able to like actually take words and like feel them and turn them into yours and really be that thing without music and without dancing.
hmm
And so that continued throughout my whole performing arts situation. I was a singer, dancer, and then I did musicals here. And then college decided to go to school for musical theater. And literally all three, acting, singing, dancing, I told myself, like, when you grow up, your number one dream is probably going to be recorded music. And then that probably turned into, oh yeah, you're going to make music. Like, you love to make music. And what is the strongest element in making music? Telling stories.
Mm.
I was like, how do you tell stories? Like, musical theater and acting was like the ballet of the performing arts to me. Like,
Yeah.
it was like the heart, the structure, the all in one. And it was the rawest form. And I sang opera 10 years before that,
That's
but
amazing. Yeah.
something about, thank you, about acting and like being able to like do that, it wasn't until I graduated and like really found my footing from using that BFA and using that text literature analysis stuff they gave us and just going out there and being able to say, this is this night and I'm going to give it what I got. This is that night. I'm going to give it what I got. This is this crowd. The whole conglomerate. I was able to start writing music and being able to just put it out there and tell my story and use my insecurities, my happiness, my everything, and do what I've seen happen in musicals and dance pieces and opera pieces and like pretty much work a fine toolbox into like everything I said I wanted my whole life, and now I'm just trying to do that every day, you know?
Wow, did y'all hear that? That was a Woo! That is an amazing, amazing journey. And it has been working out for you just very well. Um, Speaking into that, what made you like venture out and make your own music? I mean, it's so hard being an artist nowadays and having amazing songs like Joyride. It's like, how do you get to that place to say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to leap and have faith on
Thank you. Well, Tabitha, you know, right? Like I
that?
can ask you, you be in like your mood or like every day, even now you're in the mood, right?
Yeah.
Like you can describe feelings by like anything, right?
Hmm.
Like a color of a wall. I'm pretty sure like how do you feel about your shirt right now?
Oh,
Like
yeah, it's cute.
what does it make you feel? Like what essence are you feeling right now with your shirt?
Wow, I feel happy and
Mm.
just super grateful. Yeah.
And if you could see that exact outfit with those glasses and hairstyle in a setting specifically, what would it be?
Oh, child, I bought a movie.
Okay? All right. And on
Yeah.
that movie, what you doing right now? Just one last thing.
Wow. I'm the lead star and I'm about to do an action scene.
And now, don't we all want to underscore of our life every
You right.
day? Right now in this moment, we wish we had, or we think we even have a little music going on in our head, right?
Yeah.
To define this moment for ourselves, right? And so for me, what I just asked you was what I asked myself when I'm literally sitting down listening to a beat. I look at what shirt I'm wearing. I look
Mm.
at what room I'm in. I look at how I can be in this space with this red tank top, how it translated. Because, yes, this is the one I wore my Black is King new video. Just,
Yes.
just subtle
Yes.
brand,
No,
subtle
no, like if y'all
sponsor.
haven't seen this video, man, I was like, why he not on there with her?
You
Like
know what?
Beyonce, sponsor him, please.
I'm patiently waiting for my girl to just slide me that one text, and I'm believing, so I'm
Yes.
here. But I do all of those things, and that's how I started writing music.
Right.
And it didn't start, of course, all light and bubbly and just frank with a strategy and how to even articulate it like that. Of
Mhm.
course, it was me in a dark place, in a dark time, having to look at what I was wearing, look at my setting, figure out who I was in this room, but when I walk out of this room, what is going on, and going through a really tough time. I wrote my very first song that I put out on my birthday, October 2018, called
Mhm.
Scared. And that song saved my life to this day without drama. And, like, for real, it's like from that moment, I was able to really find my peace in sharing my words and stories because I had done a lifetime for what I've known of other people's work, training how to dance like jazz and ballet and sing in German and Italian and learn this script and play this character. And all
Mhm.
my life I knew I wanted Byron Freeman to stand in a place and have some entity to help somebody else who needed what I felt like I needed growing up, to
Yeah.
inspire them, you know. And it wasn't until that dark moment with literally no other choice but to just take in my reality is how I ended up taking on my music. I'm just like, it is imitating life.
Yeah.
Like it really is. And I'll tell you a fun thing, jumping all the way fast forward, I have now I have now six songs out now.
Yes.
And the Scared, Stuck in Between, Relax, By
Mhm.
My Side, Joyride, and now my
What?
newest
Yeah.
one, Hold On to Me.
Okay,
And
yes.
yeah, like so there's like Hold On to Me wasn't gonna come out when it did. It just came out recently on we released it on July 1st. This
Mhm.
through everything that's going on, and I wrote that song a year ago. A year ago, and it couldn't have been more ready for right now with everything because the
Yeah.
song talks about the chorus is hold on to me, tomorrow's not guaranteed, and that's all it is, just that with two more phrases of that, and then the sub chorus is where you go I follow, wherever you go I go,
Right.
and never let me go, because everything is so fast moving and
Mhm.
fast paced, you know like I've decided to just treat my music like my journal.
Yeah.
And so I'll look back on Wednesday of last week and be like, oh my God, this is a feeling and a song and an essence. And I'll take that, and I'll write a beat with that, or I'll listen to a beat, you know.
Mhm.
And I've pretty much just tried to make it episodic because I love TV. And
Same.
I
Yeah.
think our lives are the most interesting TV, especially look at TV now. It's what is happening in our world and has been happening. So I'm trying to tell the stuff that's supposed to be told, but also the lit stuff that we want to just key about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you want a little hold on to me, but then you want a joyride because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my
I want a little
that's
razzle dazzle. Okay.
like I got scared, but I also got relaxed. Cause
Yeah.
you wanna, you feel me?
Yeah, I want to go through a story, okay?
I say like,
Joyride is what I listen to when I'm in the car. Hold on to me is what I like. I need somebody to hold me, please.
okay, like I like to just put you in a different bag. Like I don't write for no other reason, for any type of, like I haven't um done anything specifically for a big body of work where I'm trying to make one specific thing. I
Mhm.
pretty much think that sonically cohesive can come from actual sounding the same, but also if I intend to just have my feeling be a bunch of work that makes me feel good or feel this, that is what I pretty much have been working with. And so the things that I've been releasing, I hope y'all been liking them because
Yeah.
I've been just like in my, my bag in that moment, and then boom, it's out on streaming platforms for all of
Yeah.
y'all to listen to. Well,
Yes. So, wow, it's not even Sunday and you giving us a
I
word.
wanna, I wanna talk to you too. Like now, I
Oh,
get to talk to you. I mean, we here. I know this is supposed to be, we talk about me and now. I want, cause like, tell me about
no,
like where you from and like.
child. I am from Virginia. I
My
know.
father's from Virginia, Hampton.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah. So I live in Suffolk now, and when I started this, it was just kind of like okay, I've always wanted to do this. I love talking to people. So when I thought of this, I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to just put something out there. And so when I started messaging people, they were like, yeah, let's do this. And I was
Mm.
like, what? Like people, wait a minute, I could have did this. And people are like wanting to be a part, and it's so crazy because I always think of your dream is always attached to someone else, and so someone watching me is seeing themselves and being like, I can do this too. So if I can have that impact on someone, I think I've done my job. And
Yes.
I think you're doing the same thing as a dancer and as an actor and someone who's so talented. Somebody is looking at you and being like, if you can do it, I know I can. I'm going to start making my own music. I'm going to start doing my own dances. I'm going to really start, making an amazing following, creating a family. And speaking to that, what about this amazing B.FEE Foundation, and how did that start?
Yeah, so 10 years ago, I, little freshman in high school,
Mm-hmm.
went to a performing arts summer camp in Massachusetts. And the summer camp's lineage started in 2000 as the Britney Spears camp,
Yeah.
and later was the American Idol camp, and then later and now is a nonprofit camp because they wanted to stop making kids pay, for all of those things. But throughout the Britney Spears years, it was completely funded, and then American Idol took it over, and then something else became of it until it's what it is now, which is a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, they pull kids from all over the country to bring them together in a week of August, 1 week, Saturday to Saturday, completely safe on a boarding school campus,
Mm-hmm.
all walks of life, all walks of life, to learn how to sing, dance, paint, juggle, build sets, act, comedy sketches, improv, like lyrical dance, like in the ages is from like 10 to 15. And being there, everybody was so excited, but I knew something was bigger. I was like, we are all from like, whoa, like we drove on a bus from East Orange, New Jersey to
Mm-hmm.
come down to Massachusetts and was paid for. Those are things that I was like, I know that that's not every day, especially with I knew that at like
Oh no, I know what you.
13.
Yeah.
I was like, mm-mm. So I went to school that semester, that fall, and went to school and just started typing in my email like, I want to start a foundation, like that company, like I want to start one, like, and it was gonna be like just like that. Like it started off, overzealous, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, as the years went on, I fell in love with the idea of doing it. Every year I would be doing something around here, and then that was the place I taught my very first Beyonce class. Because on my
Wow.
third year as a camper, I asked the director if we could add that as a camp activity. And so those people who were there were the very first people who have ever gotten a class from me. And to know that I'm doing that now, and it started at a place that literally allowed me and so many people, and I have to say, so many young black children of color,
Yes.
literally be free on this campus grounds. It was beautiful. It's on Northfield, Mount Hermon. The camp
Okay.
is called Summer Stars, if you ever get a chance to look them up. I
Yes, I
owe
will.
them so much, honestly. And they just taught me so much about philanthropy, because I actually would go and talk to the director, and like I wouldn't want to go do the activities. I'd be like, so like, how do we fundraise for like what? Why do we really write the letters at the end to the donors? Like, how's that work? Like, who do I really need to call so that next year we can have another bus? Because I saw kids at my school who couldn't go because there weren't enough permission slips. I was doing those things. And as the years went on, I just continued to feed that email, like not email, that document that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and with ideas, and just through the years and becoming an instructor gave me even more confidence. And more recently, with everything going on, I decided to no longer wait for a big business idea that I thought I would be waiting for, and decided to just say that from now on, anything that I do, I will live by the words of be free. That will be my life mantra. That will be what I want to give to anybody else that is in contact with me. Like, when you are with me, you can be free. Be yourself. If you're in class with me dancing, be free. If you're singing, if you're listening to my music, be free. If you are doing whatever. And that was important to start at home with the kids.
Yeah, because they are our future.
And To sum it up, one last one, knowing what I know through my journey alone, 4 years old, 20 years later, and without those little moments, that bus that took me there, that one letter to that donor, that one day I really needed to be on that campground, it was that moment that got me up and said, I'm doing this today. I'm starting donations. I'm getting an LLC. Any
Yeah.
wages I make through my name will have the tie to helping children and anybody fund the freedom to be the best self that they can be. And it started through the arts because, art imitates life.
Yeah.
So tickle that drum,
Look.
fuck that violin, like, and we need it. The kids need it. They need it.
Yeah. That is, you are great. I've already talked about how amazing he is, but just to be so invested in children's futures, that is
Also, my
beautiful.
name is Byron Freeman, so be free. I like to be cheesy, so I was like, "Oh, that's cute. I could drop
Yeah.
the e." So I dropped the e because I don't have to, like, it's free. Like nobody has that. So I was
Hmm.
like, B dot free, which is the words of the meaning and my name. So
Oh yeah. That
little Nene leaks.
yeah. That is, oh, that is great. So, next question, what has been the most important thing you've learned about yourself during quarantine?
Wow. Um, I really think the most important thing I've learned about myself is that I'm always in control
Yeah,
and that I'm always in more than enough. And
that's
with with that, it just allows you to be be.
hmm I think everyone is learning that now. We're all in the house with our families. We're not getting out the way we used to, and we have to just kind of sit with ourselves and be like, no, like you're worthy. Go do that project. Go do the book. Go do anything that you want to do, because in this time, it's the best time to craft yourself and your works. So,
How about you? I want to know. I like.
um, for me, I started this and then I have like a book of ideas. And I was like, you know what? I'm at home right now. If I want to write this little TV show, I'm going to write it. If I'm going to write a short film, I'm going to finish it. And so during this time, it's working on myself and it's working on my craft. And if something comes out of this, cool. If it doesn't, I finished it, you know? And just being really present right now, being present with my family, with my dog, and just really taking one day at a time and learning like it's not going to be a good day every day, but when there is a good day, it's like counted as a blessing. So that is so
Absolutely.
cool.
I love that. I love because like
Yeah.
I just recently and I love like one of my fun fact, like I like started telling people like one of my fun facts is something that I didn't even realize I do every day. For real, I joke about it, but I actually have a whole notepad of just philosophical quotes that I make myself because like we read so many by people who are just people
Yeah.
and they have been upheld for hundreds of years, but they're just a person, so I'm like, you can make your own, really. So
Mhm.
one of mine that I like to say in the strength of just creating and not, with the second arrow of wanting anything external or even internal or just loving the creation or being real about when you want something after it.
Yeah.
Just being present in all of those moments. And my thing about it is, I just say with work or life, relationships, make make it good, and then make it last.
Yeah. That is that is
You add it,
incredible.
like, make it,
Mhm.
you keep at it, make it good, and then you add on, you make it last.
Yeah. Whew, child. Again, it's not even Sunday. You just dropping all the gems.
I do be preaching. My friends hate it. They were like, "Oh my God, I'm over it." I played the preacher in Color Purple, my
Oh,
CD.
see? That's where you got it from.
No, I can't. I'm very serious about my actor scene work study.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh, it's fully method. You're immersed now.
I'm very, very, very nice. Like I'm down, you know?
So, next question. As a Black man in theater and the music industry, what are some things that you'll like to see changed?
I would like to one hear, I would love to stop hearing the phrase we are colorblind. That is a number one because that is specific.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very big on language, especially in today's world. I have been taking a lot of my own time to be accountable with myself and the people around me about the things that we say, why we say them, and where they come from. And that is not a phrase that is at all, especially now we know, something that we need to hear or even think is okay, because it doesn't mean what we really want it to mean, because it is not inclusive. Colorblind, literally, if you're painting, means grayscale, means like two different shades, and that's it.
Yeah.
So no, we need a little bit. We don't even need you to. I just don't want to hear that. That's number one. But on an overall, I think what I want to see, and not just theater and just everywhere, is like somewhere along the lines, humanity got put second before everything else, like money, power, class, race. Like we have hearts and brains, and I
Mm-hmm.
want those to be honored, case by case, human to human. Like our similarities are what make us difference, and our differences are what make us similar.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's all cyclical because we all possess that. And so I think once, like, I wish I could wave a magic wand and just be like, first, before you have any opinion about anybody, remember they have the same type of heart and brain. Boom. And like act off of that. And I think that will solve a lot of problems in theater with allowing people to sound the way they sound versus how you think their look should make them sound. Like, oh, you look like you should be like the sassy girl, but you're a soprano. Like, what is that? I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And those things we know are not common, and they also don't have good repercussions because people don't get jobs. And I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten it from, you know, being when I was a heavier set guy not too long ago, a few years ago, which was literally my whole life. Everybody knew me as the type to play the genie one day. And then things started happening where these agents, not agents, these places that wanted me and knew me throughout my college experience started seeing me recently and was kind of confused because they were like, "Oh, but like, mm, your voice is so strong and powerful. We want you for this thing. We don't want to put you in the ensemble. And these are things like you have this vernacular, and like we want you to be the black, strong, angry." And I was like, "I'm not that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not him, and I can act like him because I would hope my debt that I'm in from Sally Mae is not in vain." So thank you for like, letting me know that I'm getting some of my money's worth.
Yeah.
But I know that that is a huge thing based on the fact that everything else is coming second to the fact that I am in there with a beating heart and brain ready to work as a human, not everything else you're layering on top of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to take it all. Like, let's play, let's do it. Don't let me come. And I think that part, stop making ass assumptions in theater and everywhere and in life forever. No more
Ooh,
assumption.
look, drop the mic, cause oh
Wait,
man.
I got one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, see, that's it. Oh man, we are just winding down with these questions. But my next one is, what was it like performing with Yolanda Adams, Cynthia Erivo, Kenny Rogers, and BeBe Winans? Okay,
Yo, so those
because
didn't
I would
all,
have went to the floor.
thankfully those didn't all happen at the same time because I wouldn't have been okay. All right? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm very grateful first and foremost. I want to start with that, like, to have the experiences that I've had because being honest, as far as mainstream, I, as an artist, am somebody who isn't there yet that still can say they have done and worked with so many, you know, and it helps me feel good about where I am because of the value system and where we place it. It's
Hmm.
still like, even though I would be cool if it was a pop shop down the block, I'm like, all right, I'm doing all right. So I'm very grateful for those. And honestly, they all came from like just being in performing arts school and the choir, and then like those gigs. Like my school performed at the BET Honor Awards in 2011, and we sang back up with Yolanda Adams, and we opened the show with Angelique Kidjo, who's an African performer and singer.
Yes.
And literally to this day, if you've seen the video we did with in front of the the statue,
Hmm.
um, that garb, my dashiki, was from the opening number of the BET Honors of 2011 that they all gifted to us.
Oh wow.
And so I've kept it from there, and I so that's one thing. And Yolanda and everyone that I've worked with, I can thankfully say was the sweetest person, sweetest, like, and I mean sweet. Like Yolanda was so cool and like glammed at first, and then just loved up on us. And Trey Songz was there that year, and like talked to us in a hallway for like 30 minutes, chilling. I met 50 Cent. 50 Cent, actually, to run it back, is the real, a huge reason why I started my foundation. The fourth year I wanted to go back as a junior counselor, there wasn't money in the budget. We had no donors, mind you. The whole celebrity thing of the camp was pretty much gone after the American Idol thing in 2008.
Hmm.
So nobody was like, if it was heard of, it was like, here and there. But 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, donated some amount of money to get 8 of us to camp there. Mind you, this camp was bougie, I will say. It was,
Wow.
you could call it woods, but we was having shrimp for lunch.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like he paid for all of us to go and stay there and came to visit the whole day. And I had lunch and dinner with 50 Cent. And those types of things, like, I see everything that goes on with him now. And I know he probably doesn't remember me per se, even though we did have a very loud laugh, him and I together, that I was so excited to go back to tell. Like, I was like, yo, he got the whitest teeth. And I know because we was cracking up because he thought
Hmm.
I was funny, like,
Yeah, yeah.
so um he was amazing. And Cynthia,
Hmm.
now let me tell you about her as it relates to what I want to see in theater.
Right.
For the Broadway Cares Fights AIDS Equity Foundation, I just butchered that whole name.
No.
I butchered the whole sequence of that name. Also, um, that was at the Al Hirschfield, like right before Kinky and everything.
Yeah.
Those we sang "Make Them Hear You." Pace University sang "Make Them Hear You" with Cynthia, and we sang with her because apparently they had a bunch of non-black people singing "Make Them Hear You" with Cynthia, and she walked in the room and was like, um, w- and apparently requested that Pace University be filtered out for like some color for some singers. Like she was like,
Yeah.
"What is hello?" And honored that. Like when we got there, was like, yo, like, was amazing, personable, sweet. We couldn't wait till we got there. Was chilling. At least that's what it felt like to me. I'll say, and I've met her many times after that. I've seen her like so many times randomly, and like we know each other.
Hmm.
She know me as B. She always forget that it's Byron. But like when she saw that I lost weight, she came off the elevator at Pearl and was like, "Where did you go?" Like, like was just so loving, and then like loved me up and like told me like she kind of knew that when she met me, she kind of saw that I was on a journey, like, but like she, like those things. I was just like, am I getting this from like,
Again, I would have passed out.
yo, how about you? Like, I know like you've been like having some fun adventures like in just your life in theater. Like, I just want to know, like,
Yeah. It's been so crazy. Before, Miss Rona came through, I did a show called Voodoo Macbeth, and that was my first Shakespeare show. And I was just like, me? All these words? Wait a second. Okay, because I'm so into musical theater. And I was like, here I go from singing to like, I play Lennox, and he's such she, because we swapped the genders, and she's such this complex character because obviously Macbeth scares the living mess out of her, and at the same time she's like, oh, but I'm gonna fight for you though, because you might kill me. And again, it's Shakespeare. Like, this is Macbeth. We had like a all POC cast, and I've never seen that, and it's such a special moment in my life to start off with doing Shakespeare, and it's people that look like me.
mm,
And so that's, for me, is that's what I want to see change in the industry. I didn't have to feel weird going into going into rehearsal and being like, okay, I'm the only one. It was like, oh no, I got my sis, I got my bros. Like, it's an wow. You
mm,
are in another realm when you are around the people that look like you. We
mm,
get it. Yeah.
mm, mm,
Whew.
yeah. And you
um
have
no,
a
yeah. No, go
of
ahead.
representation all
Yes.
in one space, and that was what that summer camp was.
Yeah.
And that's why I think about and had that idea and dream for 10 years burning, be
Mhm.
free, for like beef, like, that being around people that look like you, because when you get to do that, you get to stand in your group, look over at the other group and say, wait, hold up, they're just a group like us.
Yeah.
But wait, oh, hey y'all.
Yeah.
Hey group, what's up,
Yeah.
y'all?
Like, you be coming in with a different attitude. It is so amazing.
Mm.
So in closing, um, where do you see yourself in 5 years with all the amazing hats that you wear right now?
Honestly, I see myself being like a superstar recording artist, choreographer, dance instructor. Like I still love making choreography. Like I love now that I'm a choreographer and a dance instructor and a group fitness like, how that operates in my performance and singing life, like really wanting people to know that it's about the fun first and everything else later.
Yeah.
So my music has been so influenced by my dancing now, like Joyride and Hold On to Me. My visuals all have an element of movement and dance through vocals that I've had so long and developed that I never really attached my own movement to. And being able to create that way is like creating another song or part of a song, because I'm filling it in with that. So I see myself being this all around choreographing, and I know that's not the way to say it, but I think the choreographing is so long,
Hmm.
you know, choreographing, singing, recording artists, just ball of love that's on a world tour every time we hopefully don't have a pandemic,
Hmm.
just so I can go and connect with humanity. I want to be able to take this, like I'm online right now and people are in Russia taking my class and like telling me that their class is that class is helping them through their day, and like I'm like, what we do, and like you said, my dream is not just mine, like it's attached to somebody else because it's helping fuel them, and I would hope,
Yeah.
and like I'm glad, for at least for me, you brought up with the many hats you wear. It was a while that I struggled with option anxiety because I wanted my music to excel so much, and it was scared that my dance videos were taking off so well, and I didn't want to disappoint that when I stopped doing that and pushing my music, and then when I stopped trying to stop any of them, and I was like, my head is already big enough for a few hats, so I might as well wear them all. And
Yes.
life is short, so I'm going to do it, okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is where I see myself in 5 years.
Child, I'm gonna go weep in the bushes real quick because you said that you are setting the standard not just for the children, but for yourself. And you are such an amazing, amazing, and beautifully talented person. And I just can't wait to see what is next for you. I know, I just feel it in my heart that you're going to be an amazing choreographer. I'm waiting for you to already win awards because I'm going to be right there in the seat. And I just want you to remember this moment, about what you said, what you want to do in 5 years. I think that everything that you think is going to happen will.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
I hope so. And if nothing else, I'll be choreographing for my own self. So,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you know,
Look, I want to
I'll
see
have a
a
job
Beyonce from
someplace.
you,
I'll have a
okay?
job someplace. Boo boo.
Woo. So, you guys, again, if you don't know Byron Freeman, get to know him ASAP. He is right there up with Beyonce for me. I
Oh,
can't wait to see his album drop, okay? Because watch me buy a vinyl.
oh my God. I'll have it made specially for you.
Please, please watch me get a vinyl.
Oh, this was amazing. You are such a light. And
Oh,
this made this made a lot for me. Thank you.
you are so welcome. You guys, I am Tabetha McNeal. This is the next step with my amazing special guest, Byron Freeman. All his links with Joyride, his amazing song, his Instagram, his amazing B.FEE Foundation will all be in the links down below. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Baby, if it's alright, going on a joyride. Come and spend